In this short demo, I would like to show you how we can plan out the amount of furniture we have. And then, because we have interior walls, we can maybe adjust actually our interior space to fit. So let me go into this sketch. So let's say this is actually the rectangle that represents a seating system. So one side table, other seating side. Okay, so I would like to have multiples of this. By the way, let me double check. This is D264. This is the width, so this is important to know. Because I do not want to draw this one multiple times, that's way too much work. I simply will go ahead in the sketch now with the rectangular pattern tool. And then I will select all these sides, set this one to spacing, maybe drag this one out, let's say 4, and then D264. And now you see D264 is exactly the width, so 71.654, and I have 4 elements, maybe 5. Click OK. Perfect. There. Before we continue, let's go to Preferences, Design, and this is now up to you to decide auto project geometry, not in the active sketch. This basically means when I snap something from my furniture to a position of my Katoi floor plan, the floor plan will be snapped into my furniture sketch, because the furniture sketch I created after the Katoi plan. So it's up to you how you want to do this. I will actually, for the moment, turn this off, because I rather only 3D include something when I want, not by accident. So this point, for example, I want to move to there, so we can go to either the move command or let's see, sketch, modify, there's the move. Yeah, there we have just the scale. Okay, good. So click a point, press M, and you see then we actually get this nice option here. So we can have this point to this point and click. You see now we position it into that corner. So let me do this one more time. If you press M, you see nothing is selected. Click on this point, then we get this set of commands, and then we can go select point, and you have to click this point. It's very difficult to see, but there is a small dashed line from this point to where my cursor goes to, and then we snap to there. Perfect. Okay, so you see now this is actually set up. Now the question is, what is incorrect here, or what could be adjusted? So let's say maybe the kitchen wall is a little bit off. So what's, for example, the distance of all this? If we click this, you see we don't really get any readout. When we click this point and this point, it tells me actually a distance. So 358 and then .27. Let me quickly write this down. 358.27. Okay, so why is this useful? Well, I could go ahead now into my floor plan and add a dimension between this one and hold on, actually I will first add a dimension between this point and this point. So actually the entrance area stays, and now I can create a dimension here and there, and then we set this one 358.27. so you see this wall moved to the right. Click stop, and now you see this perfectly snaps into place. Could also adjust maybe this one and move it to somewhere else. You see now also the complete sketch can move. So this is not very good, because if I stop sketch, now you see my furniture doesn't line up. So what can I do to prevent this? It's actually very easy. We can go to the floor plan. And what we have to do is simply, we can dimension, for example, this one to there distance-wise, this one to there distance-wise. No, that all works. Or what we could do is try to find one wall we might really not adjust at all. Let's say this one, and then we lock this wall. You see now it's green. And this one can move. So let's click this one and lock it. Now click, and now you see I cannot move anything. So with the locking, let's undo one time a lock. You see I can slide it left and right, but I can't slide it up and down. And with this one locked, you see also all the other lines are actually white. That basically means everything is dimensioned. So now I can't really, how could I say that? Adjust the floor plan, which is good, because now I can go ahead and, for example, move these apart. And you see left and right, they do exactly the same. Click stop sketch. And there I could even now in here, for example, move this one. So afterwards I could still, while seeing the floor plan and the furniture plan, I can adjust my sketches to perfection. And pretty much down here, this will be all the same. So for example, let's go to this one. So this dimension should be like this. Okay. Not sure why it moved down. Okay, go back to there. And then this dimension should be that one. Okay. No. These two should be at the same height, so you and you. Ah, I understand what's going on. Okay, hold on. So let's draw this one to there. This was, looks like it was inverted. There, now it stays. Perfect. Okay, good. And then we can do the same. For example, press M. No selection, this point, move this point either to there or maybe to here, so it just snaps onto the wall. Then we can, when we drag, it snaps this way as well. You saw that, that works. So now when, for example, I drag this one left and right, you see I can move it off the wall, which is not what I want. So in this case I can select align, press M, and then just only use the 3D widget to move it up and down. You see on the left and the right side, they move at the same time. Perfect. Here, let's say we have actually two of these parts, so I can actually do a very simple array again. This is 2, 6, 6. So let's do this one more time. Rectangular pattern, U, 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 and U. Down one time, spacing, and this is D266. Enter. Perfect. So, and now this one I actually want to be snapped into this corner, and then I can do the same. Let's do this there. This line, this, this, 2 spacing, oh, hold on, it had actually this point there selected. So when you call new commands, always make sure that by accident you do not have something else selected. And also here, D266. And actually this one fits into place because these lines are aligned. Perfect, great. So, and then, for example, here with this element, now we can go ahead and snap this one to there, snap this one. Oh, why did this all go up now? Ah, maybe I linked them together. It's not what I wanted. But before we continue, let's undo, undo, undo. There's one thing I want to point out. You see actually these white dots there? That means they are just lines. So nothing there is really connected. So even when I zoom in, it looks like the sketches are touching each other, but they're not. This is what you want to see. No dot and the coincident constraint. So always be careful about this. So let's maybe delete this one, and I'm going to delete this one. I will move this one over, and I move this one over to there. So when I click this one and this one, it tells me the distance, 22.475, that I can divide by 3, and then that would be this distance. Then I can specify it, make an array 2 or 3 times to the right side, and then snap, snap everything into the positions, and I have evenly filled that area.